So thank you for coming to the evening session. What I'm going to talk about is the lessons learned from a failed 3D CP project. Could standard have helped this project? And also, I'm going to talk about the ICC 1150 3D CP standard, just development. So 3D concrete printing is a very, very popular topic just in this ACI convention. So what happened in the field, okay? So a lot of, just the projects are going on in the field right now. So, and there's a lot of, social media, news, TV coverage. It seems, you cannot miss anything, in the field. So last May, there is, publication, just, mentioned a new neighborhood in Muscatine, Iowa will be, just established using 3D printing technology. And the advantage of the 3D printing technology is mentioned, is faster, low cost, low waste, is more resilient. So it's for low income, just people. So at the beginning, they're going to print, 4 houses, and at the end, the community could be about, 30 some, houses. So after about half a year, there's another news coming out, okay? So this community, whatever finished it, is torn down. So very seldom people report the bad news, okay? So in this article, they mention, there's no material standard, there's no building code, the job testing procedure, there's defect, and also, what happened in the job site is the, people use the try and error method, okay? So fortunately or unfortunately, our name is mentioned in that project, okay, Quikrete. So Quikrete, so everyone knows, we are the largest pre-packaged concrete, manufacturer. So if you, just go to Home Depot, Lowe's, you do research, you do DIY, you just buy the concrete mix from us. Besides doing the DIY products, we are doing a lot of, infrastructure and specialty, mortar and concrete. So over the years, we developed, this 3D printing mix, together with, started with Oak Ridge National Laboratory. So we have one project finished 2021, and last year, the very first 3D printed, 2-story house in Houston is using our material is done. And also this year at World of Concrete, we did a very, very good, live demo. Besides Quikrete, there are several, 3D printing concrete mix manufacturer in the market. As the technology leader, we are one of the, very first one to have a commercial available 3D printing ink in the market. So what's special, using, pre-packaged, mix? Because, behind it, there's engineering, there's quality control, and there's technical service behind it, okay? So in this job, here's what happened, in this job. At the beginning, they choose a local, field mix material with an commercially available 3D additive, and it didn't work. So they called Quikrete, say, hey, Quikrete, can you help? So we provide the material, we provide, technical service, and it went so well. But it ended up just a tear down. I will explain that later on, okay? So after that, there's another material tried, just geopolymer, okay? So the geopolymer, the working time is only 6 minutes. So in the job site, they have to keep cleaning the machine. So they have to shut it down, okay? So you see, that's the try and error happen in the job site. So we have to think, what's the minimum qualification for 3D printing material? And who makes the selection, right? Is the structural engineer, is the contractor, who's behind it? And what's the, proper way to inspect the quality, what's going on? So our material is used, okay? As I said, our material is used very, very well. One house was almost done, okay? But we end up just being torn down. So what happened is the structural engineer, they specified the minimum strength is 5,000 PSI. And our TDS specify, 5,000, and we meet that. And the third-party testing lab, just to prove that, we are over 5,000 PSI. However, as any concrete job, there's a local inspection lab. They went over there, they sampled the material, okay, and the testing results is below 5,000. So it's about 35 to 5,000, okay. So there's a lot of discussion about what to do, okay. So the testing lab, they even sent a letter to just explain what could be did wrong. So the material is now sampled from the printing head. The material is coming from the mixer, okay. 2 by 2 inch cubes was used, and the material, just cast into the cube, saved the job site, and then delivered to the testing lab. So they say those are not standard testing method. So those numbers could be wrong. So after still back and forth of discussion, the owner and the designer still decided, hey, they don't want to take any risk. So they just say, hey, demolish the whole thing, and the project is closed. Okay. So we have even more question, right? What's the minimum strength we need? Okay. So how to measure the strength in the job site, more than just the material itself. The material by itself, it passed 5,000 psi. Okay. But how to make sure the structural engineer, they just satisfied with these results, and how the printing process affect the strength, right? So and also besides the material strength, how to count into the reinforcement. So that shows how important we need to work out standard, right? So far, there are several, organization, association, they're working very, very actively to get, a standard specification or code, into the market. So ICC, they have a committee. So I'm part of the, material group, and I'm just in charge of the material group. And also, just ACI, STM, they also have something going on, okay? So what ICC is working on, there are several key parts, so what I just want to mention, first, material qualification, that's just happened in the laboratory. So we are using the existing STM testing method without printing, test workability, air content, free sol, et cetera, okay? So, however, it's more important to test the material in the field, okay? So for fresh material, we will suggest to test material coming from the nozzle, okay? And we check the air content. And then the hardened material, the real strength should be coming out from markup. It's very, very important. A markup wall need to be, just printed, need to be cut, and for the, the strength testing, for interlayer bond testing, okay? So here's a very, just a short summary. Standard are very, very important, so to avoid any costly, dangerous, just a mistake, we need to, just develop the standard, okay? And the 3D concrete printing is not easy, it's not just cheap, it's not just fast, it's just, cost saving. Not yet. There are a lot of unknowns, so it takes the whole society to develop, and we need to work together, to work out the standard.